A recent networking session at an event I went to was what my kids would call cringe. Why? Well, because networking sessions need really clear structure to get meaningful interactions. And unfortunately, at this event, there was just no guidance. It was literally a room full of people, terrible acoustics, it wasn't moderated, and there wasn't enough time. Now, the nature of the industry involved as well meant there were a lot of introverts rather than extroverts, and it was clear there were quite a few people who were just uncomfortable, unsure of how to engage or who to connect with. Now, without the proper facilitation or icebreaker activities, it was really challenging for some of them to initiate conversations and just maximise the networking potential. Effective networking requires sufficient time and appropriate space for these conversations to unfold, but the event just didn't allocate enough time for meaningful interactions. Conversations were quite rushed and there were definitely missed opportunities. And the physical setup as well, it didn't provide conducive spaces for networking. It was really noisy, overheated, it just hindered the ability to have focused, uninterrupted discussions. I think successful networking relies on connecting individuals with complementary interests, but the event organisers just didn't prioritise matchmaking or provide any tools to facilitate relevant connections. And I just think attendees were left to navigate a sea of participants without guidance. I think that's just so difficult to find valuable connections aligned with their objectives that way, right? And networking doesn't end when the event concludes. It actually extends to the follow-up and nurturing of relationships. And I didn't see any mechanisms to facilitate post-event follow-ups. I think without digital platforms or contact exchange opportunities, keeping the connections, continuing to build relationships beyond the event is going to happen without anyone on the event team knowing about it or nurturing it or being able to measure it against the event. I just think constructive feedback's vital for event organisers to improve networking sessions. And actually, there wasn't even an avenue at this event for them to give suggestions for improvement. Again, fostering an environment where attendees can express their opinions, contribute to future events, then organisers can really ensure a much more successful networking experience if they do that. I just think networking, getting it right, is so integral to business events, and it's really crucial organisers start to prioritise this. I think structure, allocating sufficient time and space, really facilitating the right connections and encouraging post-event workups will really deliver value to attendees. So I'm intrigued. Have you experienced badly organised networking sessions or even great ones? Comment and tell me about it. I really think it's time to raise awareness and advocate for more impactful networking experiences at events.